News This Morning continues right now as police search for this missing mom.
It's been more than a week now, and that's a long time for somebody to be missing.
Her family's message to her as officers begin to find some troubling clues.
Visibility has been dropping quickly inland since we went on air at 4:30. I'll pinpoint where the worst of it is before you head out the door.
And traffic is starting to build on the 805. I'll have your drive times here coming up next.
Paying more at the pump. Today, lawmakers will vote on the biggest gas tax hike in state history.
New at 6, why North County parents say it is time to start building pools at nearly a dozen schools. 6 o'clock, we are almost to Friday. Thanks for joining us. I'm Virginia Chong.
I'm Jason Martinez. Megan, you're pinpointing sort of the foggiest spot in San Diego right now.
Yeah, you can't even see anything off of our San Diego Bay camera here. So we are dealing with quite a bit of fog this morning. It has been improving for some coastal areas, and it's been getting worse for many inland areas. I want to take you to Black Mountain up in the North County. You can see the fog down below as the sun is coming up. So it's very patchy in nature, and it's kind of been slowly moving inland since we went on air at 4:30. In fact, Carlsbad and downtown, when we went on air, visibility was less than a mile. It has greatly improved in those areas, whereas Kearney Mesa, less than half a mile. If you're traveling along the 163 near the 52 and the 15, visibility is very poor there as well. So if that's your commute, you might want to leave a little extra time for travel. I've enhanced the marine layer here so you can see exactly where it is. That will be clearing to the coastline as we head into the afternoon. A touch cooler today, but still warm in the 70s for the coast, 80s inland. I'm going to pinpoint just how warm it is going to be where you live and when a chance for showers may impact your weekend plans when I see you in about 8 minutes.
Happening today, we all may have to dig a little bit deeper into our pockets to fix the state's roads. Lawmakers will be voting on the biggest gas tax hike in the state history.
10 News reporter Mimi Alcala joins us live. And Mimi, this bill could be approved in record time. It's amazing how quick things get done when they want the money.
Jason, Virginia, they just announced this plan last week, and today state lawmakers will be voting on it. We're right off of Home Avenue at the northbound 805 on-ramp, and of course none of us want to pay more money, but this is what that plan will be paying for. The damaged roads like this, which are really common here around California, lawmakers say when they're this bad, no matter what, we will all end up paying for them in some way. So in an exclusive 10 News Union Tribune poll, when 500 people were asked about the plan to spend $52 billion over the next decade on road repairs and transportation investment and whether they would support the 12% per gallon gas tax increase, almost half said no, but 37% supported the idea and 19% were still unsure. But Governor Brown and Democratic lawmakers are pushing for the increase. It'll also raise vehicle license fees. Now, many Republican lawmakers oppose the idea. They say they wouldn't have this problem if lawmakers originally used transportation money for repairs instead of unrelated projects. Now, again, the vote on this hike is scheduled for later on today. We will let you know if it does get passed. For now, reporting live along the 805, Mimi Alcala, 10 News.
Thank you, Mimi. Happening now, a desperate search for a San Diego mother now missing for 9 days. Debbie Puente, that is her there. She vanished after a night out with friends.
Then yesterday, her car turned up in OB. 10 News reporter Mary McKenzie is there live now.
And Mary, this may be police's best lead so far.
Yes, Jason, Virginia, it was found here in this neighborhood. We're on the last block of Santa Cruz Avenue before you hit the ocean. So this is where her car was found parked along this street here with a parking ticket dated March 30th. Now, this might be significant because right here is the beach. These stairs lead down to the ocean below these cliffs, and there are warning signs all over this area cautioning people to be careful. Now, Debbie Puente, we know this. She was out on the town in OB the night of March 28th. She was with coworkers from her job at an insurance company. It's a job her family says Puente loves. Those friends may be the last to have seen her before she went missing. They were out together. Puente's daughter says her mom did this regularly. She's a regular at some of those bars, and she's hoping someone saw her, someone knows something, and that soon she'll have a chance to tell her mom this.
I just want them to know that she's loved. I want her to know that she's loved. And that we just want her to be safe and be okay.
Police have put out a poster for her describing Puente as 5'4", 115 pounds with brown hair and a mole on her left cheek. Now, Puente's daughter does say her mom has disappeared before, but coming up at 5:30, we'll explain why she says this time is different. We're live in Ocean Beach. Mary McKenzie, 10 News.
Thank you, Mary. Look at this new video. This is a fire just tearing through this home in Poway. We first showed this when it happened last night at 11. Neighbors shot this cell phone video. You can see the flames growing, shooting right through the roof. Our 10 News breaking news shot was there. Photojournalist Paul Anderegg tells us the man inside rushed to safety, all while trying to find his two little cats.
This is the scene around 11:30 last night. This is on San Ramon Way in Poway. This is where a house went up in flames. You can see it's pretty much completely destroyed. Smoke is still pouring into the air. Now, I spoke to the man that lives in that house. He was in there at the time. He was awake. He saw smoke. He then frantically began searching for his two black cats, which were inside with him. Now, as that fire consumed the front of the house, he rushed out to the back where the fire was less intense, looking for those cats. And that's where fire department found him back there. Now, they still haven't found those cats. That man did suffer a little bit of smoke inhalation, but he's going to be okay. Did not have to be transported to the hospital. Sheriff's bomb arson investigators are on the way, and fire department's going to be here with them trying to figure out exactly what started this fire. From Poway, Paul Anderegg, 10 News.
Happening today, we are going to show you live pictures of a foggy Washington, D.C. That's Capitol Hill, where today Senate Republicans are getting ready to go nuclear over the nomination of a Supreme Court justice. Republican Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is expected to call for ending the debate on Judge Neil Gorsuch this morning. But that's expected to fail. The Republicans don't have enough votes to stop a filibuster. So McConnell is then expected to call for a change to Senate rules, lowering the number of votes required. If that passes, it'd be a historic change, and Judge Gorsuch would likely be confirmed by Friday.
Breaking overnight, a dangerous motorcycle chase ended with a crash in Pacific Beach. Police say it started with a rider doing wheelies down Mission Boulevard. They say when he saw a police car, he sped off, then ended up crashing after trying to thread the needle between two cars that were stopped at a red light. There were the cars there. Witnesses told us motorcycles are often a problem in this area.
It's all in PB too. It's always motorcycles in PB. They're always gunning through, splitting lanes. Like, it's crazy here.
The motorcyclist has a fractured leg, had to be taken to the hospital. The drivers of those two cars hit were not hurt.
New developments in a story we first told you about yesterday morning. A day at the beach is going to cost you more. The city of Oceanside has voted last night to double parking rates there at some of their beach spots, despite a lot of people who live there speaking out against it. The rates will go from $2 an hour to $5 an hour and $8 a day to $15. The hike will bring in an extra $900,000 for the city. So new at 6:08, parents in the North County want to make a splash at San Diego Union High Schools. Tonight, they're going to ask the district to build pools at every school.
Yeah, 10 News reporter Jared Aarons tells us why they think it's a good investment.
Not a single school in the San Diego Union District has a pool. So its swim teams need to practice at places like this. This is the Boys and Girls Club in Solana Beach. That costs money, about $100,000 a year, and parents pay for that out of their pocket. That's just one reason they say it's time the schools had pools of their own.
They'll show the district this plan to build an $8 million aquatic center on every campus. The swimming, diving, and water polo teams from all 4 schools right now have to go to these 4 off-campus sites for their practices and competitions.
Rather than the Torrey Pines Falcons, we could be the Vagabonds or the Travelers or whatever the case may be, because we're always busing to somebody else's facility.
Parents say having to work around all those various schedules either takes the kids out of class early or makes them stay up too late for practice.
It's a lot of homework to be done, and kids need to have a social life as well, and trying to fit that all in, and you're spending a lot of time to and from practices. That's rather difficult.
It is a lot of money to ask the district to spend $32 million, but the parents argue pools like this could be a resource for the entire North County community, and in the long run, they'd pay for themselves. In Solana Beach, Jared Aarons, 10 News.
So the school board will review this proposal at a meeting tonight. Now, if they do decide to do this, they would still need to figure out where that $32 million is going to come from.
That's a big question. Hey, so is today a pool day at all,
I know,
Megan?
it is actually a pool day today,
Yeah.
especially for inland areas. We're going to be climbing to the 80s there, but right now, pretty cloudy for many areas and foggy in many spots as well. Downtown and Chula Vista, about 2.5 miles of visibility. So that's worse for Chula Vista than when we went on air at 4:30, but better for downtown. But either way, not good. Kearney Mesa still one of our trouble spots. Again, if you're traveling along the 163 or the 15, you're likely going to hit some fog at times. Hour by hour, we're going to see those 80s pop up for our inland areas, and then clouds build later today. A deeper marine layer is going to be rolling in tonight, so fog is going to be an issue again tomorrow morning, but likely farther inland. 70s along the coast. 80s for our inland areas this afternoon, 79 in Lemon Grove. As you can see, we do have rain coming in this weekend. Going to let you know when we expect to see that come in this weekend in about 10 minutes. Kalina?
Megan, we have fog right now in our Caltrans camera. This is the 15 freeway northbound or north and southbound right at Miramar Way. And you can see that it is definitely difficult to see out here. You can barely see those headlights. So if you're going to be traveling on the southbound side of the 15 this morning out of Escondido toward the 52, that is a 19-minute commute. So use some caution as you head out the door because that is some thick fog in that area. Now, if you're going to be traveling on the 805 northbound this morning, we are starting to see our typical slowdown right around the 94. Right now, your commute time just between this little stretch, National City and the 8, that is already 23 minutes. So I'm going to continue to watch this roadway, and I'll have more on your drive times here as well as the East County coming up next. Jason?
New developments for Fox News anchor Bill O'Reilly, the punishment that a California lawmaker wants to see over sexual assault allegations.
A 7-Eleven customer attacking not one, but 2 clerks, throwing stuff around the store. What the clerk told him that sparked his rampage.
And how about this new study saying that drinking wine can be considered an exercise? We're breaking it down next. Virginia Cha is going to pound some Merlot when we come back.
For a chance to win an ocean.